After a massive night, it is a pleasure to welcome back to the program George Kittle. George, you're in a sport where statements that matter are made in January and then mostly in February, right? This is an early October game. Having said as much, what'd you guys say to the NFL with what you did Sunday night against Dallas?
You know what? This team is playing football at a very high level, all three phases. Our defense is forcing turnovers, playing really well in the run game. Our special teams are running around with their hair on fire. George Odom's fantastic. Our punter's fantastic. And our offense is clicking. So we're having a good time out there. And we're just going to continue to try to get better and better and score more points.
This was a day where your man LaPorta went for a couple, and there's just no chance you could let him be the high-scoring Iowa tight end. I mean, we understand Iowa tight end and all that. But 1, 2, and you got to count to 3 tonight. Was this the kind of thing, George, where you thought it might be that, or that's what the play calls? I mean, I'm just interested in how this night broke the way it did for you.
You know, we had some fun stuff up in the red zone. I was just happy we got to call it. The first touchdown, we saw that. They do it on film a lot. We tried to run it last year this past year in the playoffs. I got a holding call on it, but they rotate the safeties. We're at a post. It's actually funny that you said LaPorta because my second touchdown was the same as his second touchdown, the exact same play. It was exactly the same play. I saw him score on it. I said it to my coach, and I was like, dude, LaPorta just scored on it. We better call it too. And he was like, ours will be better. And it was from like 10 yards farther out. So, you know, what a day to be an Iowa tight end.
Yeah, I'm playing against you in fantasy, though. So
Mike Shanahan.
All right, there you go. Dude, say hi to Mike.
Hi, Mandy.
Your guy Purdy, George, we've talked about him, and he doesn't blink, man. He just doesn't blink in the face of any of it. What's the difference between that guy on Wednesday afternoon in a team meeting and Sunday night with the bright lights? Seems like nothing.
Nothing. He's incredibly consistent. You know, I will say this was one of our more dense game plans. You know, we had a lot of checks and a lot of things in just for how they play their defense and to account for Micah Parsons because of the player that he is. And Purdy just shows up. He does a hell of a job. He's just so consistent week in, week out, day in and day out. You have the same guy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 7 days a week. He's the same person. So it's awesome to be around a guy like that who's just that consistent. The throws he makes on Wednesdays or the throws he's making in the game. He talks to you about your routes on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Hey, I think you should do this instead, or I like the way that you did that. And then it shows up on Sundays. So, you know, he's just playing at a very high level. He's playing like a vet. You know, he doesn't seem like a second-year guy. He seems like a vet.
I'm with you. I want to close with this. Your defense is absurd. I feel like the linebacking unit, we're watching this with Tim Hasselbeck, and we're just like, I mean, Greenlaw, Warner, and like I could keep going. It's just, those are men, and they play with furious intent. How do you describe just what the defense of your team is providing you?
You know what? They just play with such aggression that if you don't meet up to that aggression, they just hit you, and then they hit you, and they hit you. And after your third catch where you think you might have space, 3 guys are hitting you at the next time. And it's just, they're so violent and aggressive every single game. You know, that's how training camp is for us too. You know, we hate them in training camp, love that they're on my team, hate practicing against them. And they're just excellent. And then you throw in that D-line and how great they've been playing. It's an excellent, excellent defense, and they're just playing to what their standard is. And our linebackers are playing excellent. And how about my guy Oren Burks with an interception, a bunch of tackles? That linebacking core is playing at a high level.
So is your whole team, as you said at the start, George. Always a pleasure. We'll sort that family podcast out. You have your people go, my people. Stanford, bad day for Stanford Steve not to be here. The tight ends went nuts, but we'll sort something out. I'd be happy to be on with you guys, all right?
Scott, you're the man. You have a wonderful night.
You as well, George. George Kittle, everybody.
I will. See you, man.